The term assassin originates from the Arabic word Hashashin, which referred to members of the Nizari Ismailis, a sect of Shia Islam. The history of the Hashashin is deeply intertwined with the political and religious turbulence of the medieval Islamic world. Here is an account of their origins, rise, and eventual decline. The medieval Islamic world was a tapestry of diverse cultures, religious sects, and political entities. It was a time of great scientific achievement, flourishing trade, and significant military conflicts. Among the various players in this intricate historical period were the Nizari Ismailis, a Shia Muslim sect known for their strategic use of targeted assassinations. This story chronicles the rise, operations, and legacy of the Nizari Ismailis, popularly known as the Assassins, and their indelible mark on history. The Ismaili movement began as an offshoot of Shia Islam in the 8th century. Unlike the Twelvers, the Ismailis followed a line of imams descending from Ismail, the son of Imam Jafar al-Sadiq. The Fatimid Caliphate, which emerged in the 10th century, was a major Ismaili state that ruled over parts of North Africa and the Middle East. However, a significant schism occurred within the Ismaili community following the death of Caliph al-Mustansir in 1094, leading to the formation of the Nizari branch, named after Nizar, the eldest son of al-Mustansir. Hassanai Sabah, a key figure in the history of the Nizari Ismailis, was born in the late 11th century in Persia. Initially a follower of Twelver Shia Islam, he was drawn to Ismaili teachings and eventually converted. Hassan's fervent belief in the Nizari cause led him to Alamut, a fortress in the Elburz Mountains. There, he established a base of operations that would become the epicenter of Nizari power and the legendary home of the Assassins. Alamut, often referred to as the Eagle's Nest, was strategically located to withstand sieges and command the surrounding areas. The fortress was not only a military stronghold but also a center of learning and culture. Within its walls, Hassanai Sabah organized the Nizari Ismailis and trained a special group of followers known as the Fadayin. These men were rigorously trained in combat, espionage, and survival, and were deeply indoctrinated into the Nizari ideology. The Nizari Ismailis developed a unique modus operandi centered on targeted assassinations to achieve their political and religious goals. Their creed emphasized loyalty to the Imam, strategic use of violence, and martyrdom. The Fadayin were deployed to eliminate key political and military figures who opposed the Nizari cause. These assassinations were carried out with precision, often in highly public and dramatic fashion, instilling fear in their enemies. The Nizari assassins played a significant role in the power dynamics of the medieval Islamic world. They targeted Seljuk officials, Abbasid caliphs, and even Crusader leaders. One of the most notable assassinations was that of the Seljuk vizier Nizam al-Mulk, a staunch opponent of the Nizaris. The assassins' ability to strike at high-profile targets with impunity made them a formidable force and an object of both fear and fascination. Over time, the deeds of the Nizari assassins became the stuff of legend. The term "Old Man of the Mountain" was used to describe the leaders of the Nizari Ismailis, starting with Hassanai Sabah. Stories of the assassins' use of hashish to induce loyalty and visions of paradise to motivate their followers became popular, though many of these tales were likely exaggerated or fabricated by their enemies and later by Western writers. The power of the Nizari Ismailis began to wane in the 13th century with the rise of the Mongol Empire. Hulagu Khan's campaign against the Nizaris culminated in the capture and destruction of Alamut in 1256. Despite this devastating blow, the Nizari Ismailis survived by dispersing and adapting to new circumstances. Their influence persisted in various regions, and they continued to practice their faith and traditions in secrecy. The legacy of the Nizari Assassins is evident in modern conceptions of covert operations and political assassination. The term assassin itself is derived from Hashashin, a name given to the Nizari Ismailis. Today, the Nizari Ismailis, led by the Aga Khan, are a peaceful and prosperous community. The historical narrative of the Assassins has also permeated popular culture, inspiring books, films, and video games. The story of the Nizari Ismailis, or the Assassins, is a fascinating chapter in the history of the Islamic world. Their unique blend of religious fervor, political ambition, and tactical brilliance left an indelible mark on history. As we reflect on their legacy, it is important to consider their contributions within the broader context of Islamic and world history, recognizing both their historical significance and the myths that surround them.